I just want to say I'm so sorry if the video like goes totally out of focus or something. My viewfinder is out of batteries and I was not about to wait like 3 hours for it to charge. I am super excited about today's video. Oh, have a pink drink, you know. I love making my own pink drinks at work because then I can add extra strawberries. Anyways, I'm really excited because I asked you guys on Instagram what your assumptions that you would make about me would be. I've been wanting to do this video for a really long time and it kind of sealed the deal when my friend Allie made this video. By the way, if you're not subscribed to her, literally what are you doing, because she is the best. But seriously, when she did this video, it just looked like so much fun, and I'm definitely one of those people who always wants to know what people are thinking about me, so this is a perfect video for me. I actually got sent a decent amount, which is awesome. I honestly expected like 3 people to respond and then I was gonna be really embarrassed. Thank you guys for everyone who sent something in. I hope that this is entertaining to watch. I haven't even read through these yet, so I really don't know what I'm gonna get, but we'll see. Alright, so without any further ado, I've never said that in my life, let's get into it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I just read a couple of them and some of you guys are mean, but like I asked you guys to be mean if you wanted to be mean, so I asked for it. Oh my gosh, guys. So the first assumption was you prefer the beach over mountains. This one is fun, but yes, well, actually, I don't know. I like both. I think I would say the beach because I like warm weather better. The next one was you're pretty unproblematic. I mean, I would like to think so. I feel like I am. Like, I don't really get into drama. I feel like drama is such a waste of time and I don't ever want anyone to not like me. That's like my worst fear, is someone not liking me. But you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't like me just because, you know, I'm annoying or whatever. And I'm sure there's people who think I'm rude just because I've come off the wrong way. I used to be really problematic. Like I used to in like elementary school, I would like start fights at school. Not like physical fights, but like I would start so much beef with people. Thankfully I grew out of that, so I would like to think that for the most part I'm unproblematic. The next assumption was you act young for your age. I don't know if they think this because I look young, because people always think that I'm younger than I am. I don't know about this one because on the one hand I kind of do. I mean, that's Amy, by the way. I also have Flora. She fell over. Let's put her back up. I mean, like, I don't know. I like Squishmallows and stuff. I don't feel like I act young. I feel like mostly I act my age. But then I also feel like sometimes I feel like I'm mature for my age. Not like smart, but just like I'm like more mature than some people I know. And I think that's because of like working, and then like on Instagram I have a lot of friends who are older than me. I mean, I'm gonna be senior next year, so most of my friends who were like older than me have graduated, but I had a lot of friends who were like seniors when I was like a freshman. I would say that mostly I act my age. I would say that there are some aspects where I act younger, some where I act older. I don't know what comes off that way. I'm so curious now, like when people say these things, like what makes them think that. The next one I got is you're an extroverted introvert. This one is like spot on though. I have a whole philosophy on this, but I don't feel like anyone is like a full extrovert or a full introvert, or at least most people. Everyone is somewhere in the middle, like on a spectrum. I would say if there was like a spectrum and like this was introvert and this was extrovert, I would be like here. I used to think that I was like super extroverted. I think just like the whole like lockdown, if you can even consider what America did a lockdown, it taught me that I'm a lot more introverted than I think, and now like I really need my alone time. I used to be the type of person where I would have to be hanging out with someone every single moment of the weekend or I would be depressed. But now I'm like, if I hang out with like 2 people, like I'm just done. Basically what I'm trying to say is, yes, I think that this is true. I think that I'm more of an extrovert. I need social interaction more than I need my alone time, but I would say that I definitely have like, I have both in me, is what I could have said in like 2 sentences, but I just made that into like 2 minutes instead. This person said, you're super sweet and a big planner. I don't know, I would like to think that I am sweet. People say that I'm like sweet and innocent. I hope that I am, but I feel like also sometimes I'm not. I try to be. A big planner, kind of, but I also like to go with the flow sometimes. I'm kind of in the middle. I would say I'm more of a planner, but I'm not as organized as you might think. I'm really not very organized at all. I mostly have my bullet journal because I like doing the little drawings and stuff. Okay, this is another one where I was like, okay, like what makes you think this? This person said you don't really care about school. I guess if you watch my YouTube videos, you might think that, because I always talk about how I'm like baking during my Zoom calls and not doing my work, whatever. I care about school, but I think that I have started to be become a lot less motivated. And like I know like you're supposed to have discipline and like you can't always rely on motivation, but I don't have that either. I'm just so lazy. I still do my work, like don't get me wrong, like I don't have a bunch of like missing assignments like piling up or anything, but I just wait until the last minute or submit it late and hope that they count it. You guys are making me feel so good about myself. This person said, I feel like you would literally get along with everybody because you seem so nice. I would say that I get along with like most everybody. There are always going to be people that you don't really like click with, but even if I don't like someone, I just kind of like suck it up and I'm like nice to them anyways. Like I'm not gonna be rude to somebody. I would say that I'm easy to get along with. I would hope. I hope that I'm nice. I try to be nice. Some of these I'm like, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm so nice. And I'm humble too. Another person saying that I'm young. They said, you are young for your grade. Don't get me wrong, like I don't take offense to these. And I know like when I'm older, of course, I'm gonna be wanting to look young. I'm just confused if it's the way that I act or the way that I look that makes people think this. Because I get told all the time that I look like I'm 13. I'm not young for my grade. I'm just in the middle. I was born in November, so I'm a junior right now. So I'm 17 and a junior, which is like on the higher side. I would say I'm in the middle, a little bit on the older side. This person said, you want your career to be something related to writing / speaking. You have a great way with words. Guys, you're boosting my ego. It's in the moon. It's in the moon. It's so inflated. Thank you. But, well, here's the thing. My whole life I've wanted to be a pediatric nurse, which is not either of those things. Recently I want to be a news reporter. The thing is that my mom is in the TV industry. She works for the news and she's like, she's like, don't do that. Like, you're not cut out for it and you're gonna hate it. So I'll probably end up being a nurse. If I was a news reporter, I guess that doesn't involve speaking, but most likely probably not. Oh, this is a good one. They said you're competitive, not like sports competitions, but like with grades / work. Well, first of all, I was pretty competitive with gymnastics competitions back when I did them. And it was kind of a bad mix because like everyone knows that I was pretty bad. Yes, I would say that I am very competitive. I was really obsessed with being like at the top of my class. But we also don't have class rank in my school, which is probably good for me. Not even just grades, I'm competitive with everything. I didn't know what it felt like to be happy for someone until I started working on myself. Because literally it could be the thing that like doesn't even affect me. Like it could be like they got like a scholarship that I didn't even apply for and I'm like, shoot. Because to me life is just one big competition. Not like I want to see it that way, but like that's what's like ingrained in me and I'm trying to like work on that. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, like I'm trying to be honest with you guys. I'm definitely not a perfect person. This person said you like country music. I don't really. I don't listen to it. I used to be one of those people who's like, I hate country music. Country music is so bad. I don't know, it's not my thing. I don't like listening to guys sing about their truck and their beers and tractors, but it's one of those things where like if it's like the summer and I'm at like a cookout or something, I don't know, and they're playing country music, I'm like, yeah, like this is the stuff. And Carrie Underwood, I know she's not a real country singer, but her music was smack always. I'll be honest with you. Two Black Cadillacs, I could listen to that all day. But like country music, like generally I'm not a big fan. I don't judge people who are, but it's not my thing. You have like a 5.0 GPA, haha. Well, I used to. I had one last semester. This semester. So this person said you're really good in school. Well, I guess that kind of answers that. It's not like they're terrible, but they're definitely not where I would like them to be, and they're getting worse, so that concerns me. I feel like I'm like so negative. Like you guys are like, you were so good in school, you're so smart, and I'm like, I'm literally trash. No, it's not that. Like I'm just being honest with you guys. I feel like generally I would say that I'm a pretty good student, but this semester has been pretty rough. My friend Madison said you want to have a big family. Girl, I love you, but this is so false. I hate children. No, I don't hate children. That's a lie. Literally, I said I want to be a pediatric nurse and I'm over here like, I hate children. No, I don't hate children, but I could never have my own children. No, I do like children. I like kids. I love to work with kids, but I like to work with them. And that's the extent of what I like to do with kids. I don't want to raise my own. First of all, I just don't think that I'm cut out to be a parent. I feel like I have too many of my own issues that I would project on my children. Second of all, I don't want to get married. And generally, I just want to spend more of my time traveling. I feel like also if I don't have kids, then I could be more dedicated to the kids that I'm helping as a pediatric nurse. Also, not having kids is really good for the planet. I just feel like having a kid kid for me, it's just not something that I want to do. There's just so many reasons that I don't want to have kids. So it just costs so much money. Really, my main goal is to travel, and having a kid would just make that so much harder. I definitely don't judge anyone who wants to have kids. Like, if you want to have a big family, have a bunch of kids, that's great. Like, my sister wants to, and that's awesome. But that is not the life that I want to live. Unless you kind of big family of cats. I would like to have some cats, but not kids. This person said, you're a good singer. My grandma thinks I am. I used to like be really into singing. Like when I was little, I was like in the glee club and whatever, and I thought I was super good, and I would like always do concerts for my family and stuff, but no, I'm not a good singer. Someone said you want to be vegan again. I would love to be vegan someday when I am recovered and when it's like feasible, like when I'm like moved out and everything. But I have never actually been vegan before. So I always try to eat vegan foods when I can. I was vegetarian for like years up until recently, but I've never been fully vegan. I think a lot of people think that I have been because I get DMs like, how did you decide to give up veganism? Like, how did you make that transition? But I've never actually been vegan, but I would love to go vegan someday. Someone said you prefer sweet over salty. Another person also said you prefer sweet over savory. That's true. I do prefer sweet over savory, although lately I have been liking savory stuff a lot more. But I would say that I am generally a sweet over savory person. This is another one where I feel like I'm gonna come off so negative because they were literally trying to like give me a compliment. This person said you were really good at gymnastics. No, I was not. I was so bad. I was not good, guys. People think that I mean that in a self-deprecating way, but I literally was not. Like, guys, when I tell you, my beam skills were alright. My floor skills were alright. My vault and bar, especially bar skills, are very bad. I was Excel Gold and Platinum for like 4 years because I was like a level 8 on beam and then like a level 3 on bars. So I was not the best. Some events were stronger than others. Like I said, I'm not trying to be self-deprecating. I'm just being honest. Someone else said dessert is an every night thing. Yes, it is. You don't struggle with many food fears anymore. That's true. I don't have any specific fear foods, I would say. Mostly what I struggle with is just calories. If something fits into the amount of calories that makes me feel comfortable, then I will eat it. It doesn't matter what it is. This person said you wanted to be a veterinarian at some point in your life. Yes, I went through that phase. I think we all went through the vet phase. You know, the vet phase, the teacher phase. Yeah, I definitely went through the vet phase. You listen to Taylor Swift? Not really. I don't dislike her at all. Like, I don't have any problem with Taylor Swift. I think her music is good. But I heard her new album for the first time yesterday, and it's February 28th. I don't really listen to music at all, to be honest. That's kind of a weird thing about me. You get good grades, but I'm never fully satisfied with them. I feel like that's true, because like I said, my grades aren't terrible. Some people would be happy with my grades, but I'm not. Even when I did get grades that actually were good, yeah, I still didn't feel completely satisfied with them. You are a night owl. I have a problem where I'm like an early bird, but also a night owl. I love waking up early. The morning is my favorite time of the day, but I have problems sleeping. I don't think I'm a night owl because I like the nighttime. I'm just a night owl because I can't sleep. So I would say kind of, but I try to force myself to go to sleep early because I know that I like waking up early, if that makes sense. I'm more of a morning person than I am a night owl. These two are kind of similar. You've never had a boyfriend, but then another person said you are single right now, but have been in a relationship before. That is true. I don't know why people think I've never had a boyfriend. I have had a boyfriend before. I've had 3, and I broke up with all of them. I was the one who did the breaking up because I'm just not interested in having a relationship. It just grosses me out. Like, I'm not trying to like say that like you're gross if you're in a relationship, of course, but to me it's just not something that I am interested in. Yeah, I have had a boyfriend, but it's not something that I would probably do again. This person said your favorite subject in school is English, arts, history, and you hate math. This girl is really good. She made like 4 and some of them are like spot on. This is also true. Yes, my favorite subject is history. I like English also. I hate math. That's pretty good. You want a tattoo? Not really. I used to think that when my cat died I was gonna get a tattoo of his paw print. I wasn't really expecting him to die when I was 17. So that didn't end up happening. I might get a tattoo at some point if I find something that's really symbolic to me and like I really want it, but as of right now I'm not really like planning on it. It's not something that I'm like opposed to, but it's not something that I plan on either. You like to read and English is your favorite class. I just kind of answered this, but yes, I like to read. I don't do it as much as I would like to. I don't have time to literally do anything ever, but yes, I do like to read. My English class is my favorite class right now, my AP Lang class, because I love my teacher and I think nonfiction is really interesting. I would say history is my favorite subject, but yes, right now English is my favorite class. You're an introvert. I kind of answered this. I would say I'm more of an extrovert. Definitely still have some introverted tendencies. You're more of a cat person. Yes, 100%. I'm more of a cat person. I was just talking to my sister about this. I am not a dog person. I think they're so cute to look at. Like, I'll look at a dog and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. But like, I would never want that in my house. I have 2 dogs and they're nice. Like, I like them because they're pretty chill, except for when my dog tries to eat my cat, which is a few times a day. My dogs, I just kind of live in the same house as them. Like, I love them, but I just forget they exist sometimes. I'm definitely not planning on getting a dog when I'm older. I feel like that's just too much energy and I can't commit to it. I can't handle it. I love cats. It's not that I don't like dogs, of course, and I used to think I was a dog person, but I just like cats more. You'd have a hard time choosing between boba and coffee if you could pick just one. I think that's true. I would have a hard time choosing, although I think ultimately I would pick coffee because it's more versatile and it has caffeine, but I love boba too, so it would be a hard choice. You seem very chill, like down for anything. I think that I am. I feel like I'm pretty chill, pretty easygoing. I'll kind of go with anything. Normally I just do whatever other people want to do. If like a decision needs to be made and no one's making a decision, like I'll be the one to make the decision, but only like if there is no decision that would happen otherwise. You seem very outgoing and friendly. I would say that I'm pretty outgoing, although I can be shy when you first get to know me. I used to be super awkward, but I think I've gotten over a lot of that. Working a customer service job definitely helps, and so has having my Instagram account. I honestly think that my Instagram account has been like the #1 thing for me becoming more outgoing and less awkward. I like to think that I'm friendly. I hope this is true. You're a straight A student? Not currently. Normally I am. Hopefully by the end of this semester I will. You want to live in another state when you're older? Oh, definitely. I don't want to live in Indiana for the rest of my life. I actually love Indianapolis, and I think a lot of people complain about Indiana. I really like Indianapolis, but it's not somewhere I want to live forever. I want to live somewhere warm, first of all, and I want to live in like a bigger city. You would be really nice to others in school? I hope so. I hope that I come off that way. I always try to be nice to people. I try to give people compliments and, you know, be nice if someone talks to me, tell people have a good weekend, thank my teachers. You want to work at Starbucks forever? I don't think so. One of my friends is like really into that, and he thinks that we should like work at Starbucks together forever. He's like, yeah, we could be like store managers together. I'm like, no. Don't get me wrong, I love my job. It's not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't want to work in food service for the rest of my life. I definitely see myself working there for a long time, like through college. I think that this will be the job I have until I can get a real job, unless I like get fired or something. But I don't see myself working there forever. I sure hope not anyways. This one is so funny. For some reason I assume you're a bad driver, but same, so it's okay. Oh my god, I'm such a bad driver. I don't even say it in like a I'm such a bad driver, like I'm so quirky. I don't know how I haven't gotten in an accident yet. Like I've almost gotten in so many. I've hit parked cars multiple times, somehow never left any damage, closed the garage on my car multiple times, crashed into the garage, hit posts, mailboxes, not trees. I've never hit a tree. I'm very bad at parking. I'm not saying this as a flex, but it's just the truth. I'm like not like the worst driver ever though. I make a lot of stupid mistakes. You get free Starbucks every day. Yes, that is true. I do. I get 1 free drink and 1 free food mark out every day until June when it expires. And then I get free drinks during my shift, like however many I want. So really quiet but really nice. Like I said, I hope that I'm nice. I don't think that I'm really quiet. I think I can be quiet sometimes. I can also be really loud. So I feel like when you first get to know me, I can be very quiet, but it doesn't last very long. You've never dyed your hair but want to. I dyed my hair last summer, but it was Arctic Fox dye, which if you know about Arctic Fox, it doesn't really last very long. It was pink for a good second. Well, it wasn't really pink, it was more of a rose gold. Then I went to camp right after I dyed my hair, so it all washed out. I actually am planning on dyeing my hair soon, so stay tuned. That's part of my big glow up plan. But yes, that's pretty true. I've never like dyed my hair in a salon, but I want to. Whenever you travel anywhere, you have to make sure there's a Starbucks nearby. I mean, I can see why you would think that. I don't really find that an important part of my travel destinations. Like, I'm not gonna like not travel somewhere just because they don't have Starbucks. I mean, if they do, I might stop there, but normally I want to like try new stuff when I travel anyways. It would be nice, but it's not a requirement for me. You prefer to cook rather than bake. I think kind of the opposite. I think I prefer baking because it's less stressful. Cooking, you have to be like on your feet and like, you know, things can burn and you have to like constantly be doing stuff, whereas baking, you can just like mix it and put it in the oven. I feel like you're more in like control. But recently I have been getting a little more into cooking, and I kind of like how it's fast and like you have to do things quickly. So I would say that I prefer baking, but I also have been liking cooking a lot more. You love your job. Yes, I love my job very much. I am very grateful to have had such a good first job. Your account stresses you out. Sometimes it does stress me out sometimes, whether that's stressing because I'm losing followers, or stressing because like I need to post something but I don't have any pictures, or like stressing because I can't think of a caption. The positives definitely outweigh the negatives. And I also realized that I have so much to be grateful for. Like I literally have over 4,000 friends. That's not something that I take lightly. Like I'm super grateful for it. You're not as recovered as people think you are. I think this is true. I think a lot of people assume that I am fully recovered, maybe just because of the way I look and also just like the things that I say on social media. But I don't try to come off that way. I don't think that I am, and I think there's a lot of stuff that I don't tell you guys about. You know, like I try to keep it real, but I don't say every detail of what happens in my life and what goes on in my head. I am fully recovered physically, but not mentally. You've never drank or done drugs. For legal reasons? Yeah, that's so true. So true. Someone said you love playing board games. Kind of. I like board games. There are certain ones I like better than others. I feel like I get really bored after a while. For the most part, I do. Someone said vegan deterioration. I don't know what that means. If I Google that, will something come up? Someone calling me ugly? Oh, my health is deteriorating because I'm vegan. And all these pictures are like people who look old and wrinkly. Are they saying I look old and wrinkly? That's kind of rude. I asked you guys to be brutal, but jeez. No, I'm not even vegan, so that's not happening to me. Next question. You're one of those employees that are really polite and makes the customers' days. I hope so. I really hope so. I always try to make people's days. That's one of my favorite parts of my job. I still try to do it even when I'm making drinks. I try to like draw smiley faces or like write cute notes on their on their cups whenever I can. Sometimes they're like, can I get a new lid? If I like draw a smiley face on their lid and I feel embarrassed. But yeah, I really hope so. Someone said today's my birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good day. You have a high Snap score. No, my Snap score is pretty low actually, because I don't really use Snapchat too much. My Snap score is 46,153. So yeah, it's pretty low. I do use Snapchat sometimes, but I don't like snap a lot of people regularly. You've struggled with orthorexia? Yes, I used to, but I consider myself fully recovered from that because like I said, I don't really care about if a food is healthy or not anymore, just about how many calories it has. I feel like a lot of people swing from like anorexia to orthorexia, and I think for me it was the opposite. But overall, I don't really like to label it. It kind of makes me uncomfortable. You like running? I do like running, but I haven't been running in a while because first I had a stress fracture and then it was cold out. So I have not actually ran in a little while. I actually ran the other day in socks on the treadmill, and then my shins hurt for a few days afterward. I knew that it was a bad idea while I was doing it. I really don't know why I didn't just put on shoes. And then I wonder why I had a stress fracture. Oh, that was the last assumption. We don't have any more. Thank you guys, except for the person who said I had vegan deterioration. That's kind of rude. Even if your assumption was like bad, thank you anyways, because those were kind of fun to answer. Hope you guys liked this video. I don't know if anyone watched this. I feel like this video is probably gonna end up being really long because I rambled a lot on a lot of these. Hope you learned something about me. Probably did. You probably learned that I'm a negative Nancy. Once again, I know I said this like 5 times, but thank you so much to everyone who sent something. This was super fun, and I obviously could not have done this without you guys sending me stuff. I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you all have a great day.